Okay, so I think that these are going to be some pretty interesting problems to go through. We'll talk about PEMDAS real quick. PEMDAS. So we have parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Right? Every problem just go through systematically, PEMDAS, 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 it's all good. So not too difficult here. This first problem actually is pretty difficult, so I'll show you why, but it's not exactly the easiest thing to understand right off the bat. So I get what you had a question here. So first thing, parentheses, just make sure that you get everything that's in parentheses out of parentheses. So distributive property, right? We're gonna distribute 3 times 5 and then 3 times 6x. So we'll do that now. We have 15 plus 18x minus 12x. And then we have that equal to, we'll just go down a row, 2x plus 7 minus 5x plus 8. Now let's combine all of our terms on each side, right? So we have 2x minus 5x is negative 3x, right? And then we have 7 plus 8 is 15 plus 15. And that equals 15 plus 18x minus 12x. So we have 15 plus 6x, right? So now we're gonna keep going down here, right? So we'll try to get everything, all x's on the same side and then all numbers on the same side, right? So we have 15 minus 15 is 0, minus 15. So these just go away, right? 15 minus 15 is 0 if we take it from both sides. So this goes away, this goes away. So we're left with negative 3x equals 6x, right? So this is kind of scary right here, right? Because you're like, okay, well, like obviously this doesn't make any sense, but let's talk about it here. So let's do plus 3x, just because I like to get rid of negatives instead of getting rid of positives. So we'll have 0 on this side is equal to 9x, right? So then we divide by 9 on both sides. And what's 0 over 9? 0 over 9 is 0. So we have 0 equals x. Therefore, x equals 0 for this first problem, right? So a little confusing when you get to this step here where you're like, okay, well, like this doesn't make any sense and isn't a true equation. You got to keep going, right? So this tripped me up. So now let's talk about the second problem. We have 2c minus 3 equals 2 times 6 minus c plus 7c, right? So same thing, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. We have parentheses first, so do the parentheses first. So 12 minus c plus 7c, and I didn't need to write the parentheses there. So that was a mistake on my end, but I can't erase it because I'm doing it in pen. So we'll just treat this like they're normal variables. This is just 12 minus c. So 7c minus c is 6c. We have 12 plus 6c, and then we have 2c minus 3 equals, right? And then let's take away 2c, so we have 4c, and then we'll add 3 plus 15, right? So we got rid of this one and this one. We're here, this equals 0. So let's get c on its own. So we can do minus 4c equals 15. So then c would equal 15 over negative 4 or negative 15 over 4, depending on how you want to look at it, which is going to be some sort of decimal, but you can't really reduce this down any further. So this should be a good answer. And I think I messed something up. I did. So give me 1 second to figure out what I messed up. Yeah, I probably did something wrong. So disregard that. Let's see. We have 2c minus 3 equals 2 times 6 minus c plus 7c. So let's see, 2c minus 3. So again, we're going to do 12 minus 2c. That's where I got it wrong. See that? So then we have plus 7c. And this equals 2c minus 3. So we can combine all of our terms for this second step here, right? So let's and we have 5c here equals, we have 12 plus 5c, and then 2c minus 3 again. Let's get all of the terms combined on the same side. So we'll add 3 here. So adding 3, we have 15. And then with the 5c, we're going to subtract that on this side to get all the c's over here. So we'll have negative 3c. So subtracting 5, 2 minus 5 is negative 3c equals 15. Then we do c divided by negative 3. So then c equals, well, 15 divided by negative 3 is going to be negative 5. So that's your answer to number 2. Notice how I made that mistake here with the distributive property. I hope you caught that right off the bat. So let's do problem 3. Problem 3, we have 3 times 3. Again, we're starting with parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, every time, right? So here we have parentheses, and we need to multiply out into the parentheses. So we're going to do it on both sides, same step. So we have 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, and this is x, right? So then here we have 2 times x is 2x, and then 2 times 3, keeping the plus, is going to be 6 minus 30, right? So again, combine all like terms. So here we're going to have 6 minus 30 is going to be negative 24. On this side, 2x equals 9 minus 9x, right? So now let's get all the x's on one side and all the numbers on the other side. So let's do plus 2x, we have negative 7x. And then minus 9, we have negative 33. Divided by negative 7, we have x equals, well, it's just going to be 33 over 7. And I'm skeptical of this answer. I might have missed something, so double check on this. In fact, I will just check on my own right now to see if that is correct. We have 3 times 3 minus 3x, 2x plus 30. Yeah, so I did mess it up. So what went wrong? Let's see. We have 9 minus 9x equals 2x minus 24. Okay. So then I went wrong on this step here. And so I guess if you get a fraction like I did there, that's probably a good indication that you messed something up. So let's look over here on the red. So again, let's try it a different way. Let's do plus 24. So we have 33. And then plus 9 equals 11x. And that looks a little bit better, right? So now we'll do divided by 11, x equals 3. And that is a nice round number. So that's good. Okay, so then let's see if I can get this last one right. So now we have 1 over 3 times z plus 4. This is going to be, I don't need to rewrite it again. I was just doing that for some reason. So basically, we'll just multiply out 1/3 times z and 1/3 times 4. So we'll have z over 3 plus z, or plus 4 over 3 minus 6 equals 2/3 times 5. Wow, okay. So 2/3 times 5. We're going to do tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms. We have 2 over 3 times 5 over 1. We have 10 over 3. We have 10/3 here, minus 2/3 z. Okay, so we're getting into some fractions here, so this is super fun. So let's do plus 2/3 z. So z over 3 is equal to 1/3 of a z. So it's basically like 1 times z over 3, right? And so if we add that to 2/3 z, we know that that's going to be 3/3 z. So we'll just have z. And then here, let's see what the best way. At least we have common denominators, right? That's cool. So we have z over here on this side, right? So we took care of, we have this term and this term are taken care of. So now we have 4/3 minus 6. So 4/3 minus 6. Let's do 6 times, we need to get basically 6 is going to be equivalent to 18 over 3, right? Because we need the common denominators. So 4 thirds minus 8, so 4 minus 18 is going to be negative 14. 14 over 3 equals 10 over 3. So let's add 14 thirds to 10 thirds. We're going to have 24 over 3, which is going to be 8 thirds, or it's just going to be 8, right? 8, 16, 24. Yeah, so we have 8. So z equals 24 over 3. Therefore, z equals 8. Kind of some tough problems here. Wow, pretty fun. Okay,